It's the home of the Wizards here in Washington, D.C. as we bring you an interconference match here at the Verizon Center. The Kings would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. One of the better teams in the league. They're presently 9 games off the lead.
You know, for the Kings, they've really battled this year to avoid the same fate they suffered last season when things got pretty ugly.
Well, you always want to turn things around after a bad year, and I think that's what this club has done. I mean, they're not the most talented team in the league, but they've I think, performed admirably, and they've probably done exactly what they hoped to do when the season started.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Bernard, he's in at the 4 spot. Ben McLemore is out there with Collison. Then there's Ryan Hollins, and it's Gay in at the small forward. Sinks it, and the shot from Bernard. Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the 76ers.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
A slow start for Washington in this one. 7-point differential. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And the glaring factor for me in that loss was the poor rebounding. I mean, they got destroyed on the glass.
Yeah, they were outworked. I mean, it's plain and simple. To rebound the ball, you got to work. You got to do your work early. You got to be physical. You got to go after the ball. And you can't give up. And they just didn't work hard enough.
And Sacramento has possession. Nene unable to get his shot. That's good. 9 points for Maverick.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
Yeah, it's the kind of start you want every game, but of course you rarely get it.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to... Carl was giving to his team. He immediately addressed their offensive game plan and detailed an aggressive up-tempo style. It sounds like their offense is going to come from the transition game. There was something else he mentioned too. He wants them to utilize the pick and roll as much as possible in their coming possessions. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
And thank you, Doris.
Paul Pierce, at one time a franchise talent and elite two-way player, now a self-described role player. He's a heck of a good one, too. A great scorer, can shoot, drive, and get to the line. I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Now here's Nene, averaging 10 points per contest. The kick out to Pierce. Nice ball movement by Washington. It's Wall with the drive. Clock at 4. Into Nene. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. That's good from Paul Pierce on the assist by Nene. Pierce has got 5 now.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
From downtown, another 3 for Sacramento.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right, and to battle back, they've got to shore that defense up, Steve.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Smart foul there. Make him earn those 2 free throws instead of giving up an easy dunk.
Yeah, and he's not a strong free throw shooter. I mean, with his percentage, he's likely to miss one, so that's a good heads-up play.
Nene, I think, an underrated defensive player. Not a big shot blocker, but he has tremendous size and strength, and he can move laterally. So he can really move and cover the pick and roll. And switch on to guards, an effective defender.
Here's Hollins, averaging 6 points per contest. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Gay against Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Right through the knee for the layup. Pierce has got 7 points.
And Nene, for his size and agility, at times somewhat disappointing in terms of rebounding the ball. Throughout his career, actually, and his rebound rate has fallen steadily over the last 2 years. Maybe injuries a factor in that, but they do need more from him on the glass.
You just can't afford to let somebody get that good position in the paint.
Well, it's more than trouble when he does catch it down there, Steve. He's never going to miss from that range.
Now here's Beal. And in the game with Memphis, he did not play well. And Wall. Here we go now. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Sacramento Kings. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Gortat. Humphries comes in for Nene. And Rasul Butler's subbed in for Pierce.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
You talk about the subtle decline for Nene. His scoring efficiency, Steve, also taking a turn for the worse over the last couple seasons.
Yeah, still in his early 30s. You know, age shouldn't be that big a factor for a big man, but I guess it's the accumulation of all those injuries, including his knee sprain last season, that may be taking their toll.
Humphries kicks to Wall. Beal dishes to Butler. Right side, Wall. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Kings leading now by 7. Here's Bernard, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And what a game for Maverick. He's already up to 12 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now, his outside stroke has looked really good today.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Well, you look at the numbers on the season, he's shooting 86% from the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Now here's Beal, averaging 14 points a game. And Wall kicks to Beal, picked by Humphries. Off the screen. Sacramento grabs the miss. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
Always a little tougher to see how you match up with teams in the opposite conference because you just don't see them very often.
Wall with the steal. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Ahead, here's Seraphin. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Seraphin's got his first points of the game.
Great assist there, led him to the perfect spot.
The NBA regular season, one.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And when you consider some changes, Nene, he's checked in for Pierce, and Beal subbed in for Rasul Butler. Then for the Kings, Maverick comes in for Reggie Evans. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Derek Williams. On the court for Sacramento, Bernard, he's in at power forward. Miller is out there with McCallum. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Boy, Chris Humphries is clearly not flashy, but he is a worker on and off the court. Has always been a strong rebounder, especially on the offensive glass. And never afraid to get in there and battle. He never shies away from contact. If you want to get physical, he's not backing down.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Gentlemen, Rudy Gay receiving laser eye surgery going into last season. His vision had been so bad he was having trouble getting a driver's license. After refusing to wear contact lenses for years, he finally relented and had surgery. His vision has improved, it gave him a confidence boost, and Kevin, we'll see if it continues to yield dividends.
It can only help, thanks, Doris. Just 4 to shoot. Beal, that's for 2, and that misses everything. And Humphries, lightly regarded as a defender, but, you know, Steve, I think he made some strides last season.
I agree, Kevin. He blocked shots at a high rate. You know, in the past he struggled against the quicker power forwards, but he's got the size and strength to deal with the real strong fours around the NBA. He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Beal against Miller. Pass to Bernard. And he overshot that one, missing. Wizards trail by 8. Humphries the pass to Wall. Outside for Beal. The second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
You know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one. Nene, a 6'11" Brazilian big man, strong and quick-footed with a nice touch. He's a quality two-way player. And for him, as it is the case with a lot of players, it's about health. You know, over the course of his 12-year career, he's missed almost a third of available games due to injury.
And the foul called on Kevin Seraphin.